Bellwork 4.3a, questions 1 and 2, starting with number 1. Because there are no parentheses in the numerator and no parentheses in the denominator, I can go right to the only operation left, which is division. So off to the right side, right division, like that. Okay, so I'm going to start, pull up my calculator here. I'm going to start by putting the coefficients in my calculator. So negative 24 over 8. I got negative 3, so I cross out the 8, and I cross out the negative 24, and because it gave me an integer, that goes in the numerator. All right, I have a d on top, but not on the bottom, so it's going to stay the same. I have an f to the 4th on top and an f to the 4th on the bottom. Because it's the exact same thing on top and bottom, they completely cancel out. There is no more f term. G to the 9th has the smaller exponent. It gets completely crossed out. And 10 minus 9 is 1. H to the 3rd is the smaller exponent. It gets completely crossed out. And 9 minus 3 is 6. Because there is nothing left on the bottom, I simply write down what's left on the top. And on top, we've got negative 3, d to the 6th, g to the 1st, and h to the 6th. And that is it for number 1. Number 2, I cannot divide because I've got parentheses in the numerator and parentheses in the denominator. In the numerator, since I have parentheses side by side, that means I have multiplication. On the bottom, see the parentheses with the exponent on the outside? That is the power of a product, which means I need to take negative 3 to the 3rd power. So I'm going to start with the top. On top, I'm going to take 6 times negative 9. You get negative 54. I've got an x to the 5th and an x to the 1st. So you add the exponents to get an x to the 6th. There's only one y term, so I bring it down. There's only one z term, so I bring it down. On the bottom, negative 3 to the 3rd power is negative 27. And now I multiply my exponents. 3 times 3 is 9, so that would be y to the 9th. And then 3 times 2 is 6. So I have z to the 6th. Now that I've simplified the top and I've simplified the bottom, now I can divide. So let's write down divide. So I'm going to start with negative 54. Oops, let's clear that out. Negative 54 over negative 27. And we get 2. So this would completely cross out. This completely crosses out. Because 2 is an integer, it will go in the numerator. X to the 6th is by itself, so I don't mess with it. It stays x to the 6th. Y to the 9th has the smaller exponent. It gets completely crossed out. And the 12 will become a 3. Because 12 minus 9 is 3. Z to the 6th has the smaller exponent. It gets completely crossed out. 9 minus 6 is 3. Since there's not a whole lot of room to write underneath it, I'm going to write it off to the side. So my final answer, I have nothing on the bottom, so it's going to be 2 x to the 6th, y to the 3rd, z to to the third. And that is it for number 2. If you have any questions on numbers 1 and 2, let me know.